So, last session, having defeated the giant purple worm that was terrorizing the city and claiming the relic of Incendium, the group got to finally meet with the local baron of Canopus, one Mr. What would I say his name was again? Because it's been a while and I'm blanking. Paul
Burgermeister
Rowan.
Meisterburger.
But it's we haven't played since the 8th of November. Don't blame me. Blame everybody else.
Wow. Blame Wimpy.
Yeah. Having had an interesting meeting with the gentleman and his elderly elven butler. The group was met by Electra claiming that she found evidence that he had actually been the one to kill his own brother. And that is where we'll rejoin the session.
Yeah. Baron Lord Paul Rowan.
Rowan, yep.
Rowan!
After the river in France is where I got his name, by the way. But Paul is from Dune.
Yeah.
If no one's figured it out yet, this entire area is filled with many Dune references I could fill.
So, Electra, what do you go on? Regale us. What do you mean that he murdered his brother?
I
So I'm saying that's where we
didn't
left off.
get the full context from it, but I mentioned he was when I was sneaking around his house when you were dealing with him. I heard him mumbling something about his brother that he said something about I killed you, so I didn't have to deal with you anymore. Why are you still pestering me like this? He was hiding behind that one area in his feeding chambers where you met him and talked.
Study?
Yeah.
Study. Yeah, that's the proper word.
Well, we need to get back into that manor. I have a plan. Plan. But I need to see if I can obtain a certain couple components that I still need to get my hands on, one of which I'd be able to hopefully find back at the place where we found the magic scrolls and items.
Electra goes, what were you looking for?
I'm just missing a certain spell from my repertoire to bring life to inanimate objects.
What is it? A 5 gold diamond?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Pretty sure that's just the animate object
Animate
spell,
object
right?
spell.
Any objects?
That one might be a tough one to come by, but you can always check. I know Maya, I think, can cast that, but she's nowhere near here to help out with that.
Well, it's something I'd like to see if I can get my hands on.
Alright, I'm lost. What magic component are you looking for?
I'm looking for the scroll.
Oh, just a scroll item in objects.
The scroll and another object in particular, which will become apparent later.
I'm all about ruining people's days, so...
That spell doesn't have any magic components, so all you need is verbal and
material.
material.
Yeah, it is verbal somatic only.
Yeah.
And just, the material is be what you're animating. So, let's see. Well, where do we begin?
I'm gonna check the magic shop. It might have what I need. I don't know if you guys needed anything while I'm working in to sort this out.
I'm still waiting on my new greatsword to be done. Yeah, I figure it'd be nice little trophy to put up in back home. No, back in the company. Let's say company back at the barracks, basically. But I've got nothing. I've got nothing otherwise pressing. Trying to think, who can I reach out to that might have one of those in town?
Yeah, if I remember it, the blacksmith was making you that sword. They just need time to work on it, which probably wouldn't be done until I think I said the next day.
Yeah, so not today, but the day after. So trying to think, who is anybody else in town that Victor would know that might have access to that sort of magic? Unless the only thing I can think of would be the gentleman who works with Pyronics.
Rug.
Yeah, Rug. But yeah, that might be a stretch. Otherwise, anything else you need other than the scroll?
Uh, my next question will give away my plan entirely.
In that case, anything else can help to facilitate us getting back in? I know Electra's probably got that down.
Well, I plan to be a distraction.
Let's see. Basically, your distraction. You need the rest of us to get in quietly, or at the very least, one of us can quietly to get some more dirt. Hmm.
Timmy G, I'm sending you a quick DM to ask a question so I don't just reveal it to everyone.
Enough. Answer.
Hmm. What is it shaped like?
Let's do that as well.
Damn. Okay, just if you hadn't figured out what I was going for, I was going for this.
Yeah, I figured what you were going for when you said the fountain. I just gave it away. Oops.
That's fine. People still don't know what I have in mind. Was there anything I'd be able to use similar to that, or anything I'd be able to obtain to be able to do something like that?
Not really.
Damn. All right. Just to clear it up, my idea was to Shrek 2 our way in and bring a giant statue to life and have it assault the manor.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah, the fountain in town he was planning to use for it isn't suitable for his needs.
Not like big enough or
No.
something.
So Electra chimes in, so I think the best way to get in there would be to try to go again at night.
Trojan horse this.
You want to get in there again.
Hmm.
Fortunately, stealth is not exactly my forte. Even if,
Nor mine. Which is why I came up with the idea of a distraction.
fortunately, that means we both need to be on distraction.
Um,
Distraction I can do wholeheartedly.
Well, I could say me and Lyric could make a distraction outside of the thing where you guys sneak in.
Oh, I actually do have
Um,
one other thing I can use for a distraction, to be honest.
is there a
I
fort?
can.
Is there? There wouldn't happen to be like a big forest or woodland area, like a place that'd have a lot of wood available, would there?
In the middle of the desert.
I'm just asking if there happened to be an ample
No,
supply of
there's
wood.
nothing nearby.
Okay. Fair enough.
I can
There was the
conjure.
oasis here, but they've since pretty much cleared out the palm trees and stuff that were there
Yeah.
for supplies.
Okay.
Because that's what the military has been doing, convoys of wood and stuff to bring here to build the new fort they're making. Wood and stone and all that. Well, mainly wood and other stuff. They're getting a lot of stone from the mine area over here.
I could conjure a major illusion.
I was gonna say I could do a improved minor illusion if I was able to do something enough to make it look scary. I could provide a sound effect if you were gonna do a major one.
Above game, since Wimpy can't make it, I'm just making him and the Electra do the distraction so you guys can get in.
Okay.
Ah, okay. Fair enough. Oh, let's just
You
roll
can
a
put
die.
on a show by the fountain to distract the guards.
Suppose I could have done the same thing too, since I'm an entertainer of sorts. But okay.
Is she doing her little German dance? Like the Cartman?
Yes.
Mhm.
No, you don't have to take up my idea, but it's just my idea, Electra goes.
If need be, I can help enhance the performance to make it land good. Since I've got an entertainer background.
No, I think me and Lyric should be able to handle anything like that on ourselves. After all, I am a little magically inclined too. She kind of does like a little swirl of magic around her fingers.
Sounds good. I'll
Alright.
be with you guys up front. I think that would probably be our best option right now.
Yeah, me and Lyric will go prep for that while you guys prep for your infiltration.
They distract while we penetrate.
Because once we get in there, the only thing that's in there is
Death.
is Paul and his butler.
Fair enough.
So, what do you want to do to prep for it?
If we're gonna go in there, blade swinging, I'm all for that.
What
Hmm.
kind of armor does the guards wear?
Most of them are in either. You can't really tell because they have cloaks over them for the like desert protection.
Yeah.
It feels like most of them either have some kind of. You saw a couple maybe that had plate. Some of them are in scale. Some are just in basic chain shirts. Their rank and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Keep it to a mix of stuff so they don't over all that.
I might be able
They
to get.
have-
I might be able to afford a disguise. Look like
Do
one
we
of the
know
guards.
Do we know if they're wearing helmets, or is it just going to be like the cape style, just for not overheating?
Give me a
Do they
history
cloak-
check.
Okay. I was gonna say, do they have like cloaks over their heads, or do they have a full like helmet on underneath to protect themselves? History. Give me a second. Boom. 23.
From what you remember from the few guards you saw, a couple did have helmets on, some didn't. It's just guard dependent.
Do the cloaks indicate what rank they are?
From what you could tell, the cloaks were kind of rank initiative too. Like some of the higher end ones had, like different colors on them, like different kind of like markings on them to indicate rank.
Okay.
Like the lowest ranks were just basic, unmarked ones that still had like the city logo on it,
Mhm.
and then like some of them just had different stripes and stuff to indicate rank.
So, what are the guards wearing that are closest to us, as far as?
Well, right now you're meeting at the inn. You're not at the guard place.
Oh, okay.
Well, in this case, what are the guards that we saw going into the
Hmm.
Baron's home? What was their typical, the average armor they were wearing?
I share all this information.
So I know there was two at least outside when we first went in.
Yeah, those ones seem to be higher ranked than the ones patrolling the town, but not like the highest rank you saw. They were kind of like mid range before you get into officers.
Yeah, so at least scale at best with shawls and cloaks.
Yep, the ones I'd say that were guarding his mansion were all in scale.
Okay,
So, can't just be a
that's much
sneaky
more
takedown.
affordable than what I've got left.
You did
So I might
see
be able-
at one point one of like the really high ones kind of like wandering around that was in probably plate. But like he looked like head guard or really high up.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with a scale armor disguise and see if I can get something made up that looks like the city guard's equipment.
So
Hmm.
you're
Just like
looking
it
at
passes like a just a regular guard for the Baron's manor or the Baron's palace, but
or
nothing like head guard or anything like lower guard.
or are we? Let's see. Are we
I'm
thinking
trying to
about doing like a prisoner sort of scenario?
remember. I gotta see how much scale mail is. I might be able to get
Yeah.
one for you and me.
I was gonna say we could probably do a prisoner like scenario where one of us would just be the prisoner, while it's like, oh yeah, we're just taking him in for interrogation purposes.
I don't think
that's
that's gonna
good.
work. We've already met the Baron. They've already seen us going outside, so we would have to contrive something to say why would they. What if one of our group was suddenly picked up for something?
Drunk night. Just found him stumbling around in the yard.
Give me a history check,
Honestly-
Skull.
What's that?
Give me a history check quick.
Yep.
Yeah, let's get this.
13.
Hmm.
Okay. Carry on with what you were thinking then.
We should probably try to find a way in with minimal interaction with the guards.
Yeah, that's why I feared like basic guard armor for the manor house, like something generic and kind of sneak in during the chaos.
Yeah.
So that's once we're in, then we'll be less likely to be noticed.
I mean, if there's a couple of us that happen to be wearing better quality armor, and perhaps if in order to
No,
match one of
the
them
problem is
with a
though you
helmet.
most likely get. It's not so much we'd be stopped or wouldn't be affected. It's just as soon as somebody higher up who would probably know the higher up guards by name, like a first or second name basis, then it's a problem. I'm talking generic, like, hey, we may have just got, we're new hires.
Fresh off the docket, we are the
Yes, and then
new recruits.
and if any place we can't get into or are found that we shouldn't be in, we can just play dumb. Like,
Oh, we didn't know. We didn't know. Sorry.
we were told we're supposed to guard the area, like, make sure nobody comes through here, that sort of thing.
We just got our directions wrong. That's all.
And the only other way we can do is we can also steal uniforms to disguise ourselves.
We just have to pick up the lower rank ones so we don't make too much noise.
Yeah, and put them someplace like they're not gonna get noticed too quickly.
And as I look upon myself, but like, unfortunately, none of them are gonna match my stature.
Let's see. Trying to think how much we might have to go that latter way anyway, only because we have to get gear to match the uniforms.
Yeah, because I'm almost thinking it'd probably be better off with you two compared to myself, because obviously I'm a lot taller and bigger compared to everybody else, so I think it'd be a little weird if I were to be dressed up and see this, 7 to 8 foot tall guy compared to everyone else. So,
The scam is 50 gold, so that's not too bad for just a nice basic set. And the other way to do it is if anybody has any shape shifting magics we can use.
shoot, wrong character.
Wrong character.
Wrong character, different storyline.
It's Restarian is in the side campaign.
Yeah. I still got my
But-
deck of illusions.
I don't know if we'll be able to get our hands on it, but I do know something that may be able to help us with our uniform dilemma.
Oh, what'd you have in
It's
mind?
not cheap, but if we can find some, it would help us with our uniform dilemma.
All right. What's the idea?
Well, there are certain sets of studded leather armor that have been imbued with magic to be able to be glamored to the user's specific taste or their wishes for what it to look like above game glamored studded leather.
Ooh.
Can made to be look like any outfit or armor.
Okay, and you happen to have those sets on you, or would you happen to know where we can get some?
That's the problem. We'd have to hope that we might be able to find something in an armor or a magic shop in town. And if not, then that just idea goes out the window.
Just thinking about this now, since we're out in the desert. Hopefully, above game. Hopefully, I'm getting my timeline right. Would Nildir have any correlation or know of like my character from the, say, prequel adventure of all this from like however many years ago, the exalted one or exiled one, I should say, that had been wandering around for a while.
That or whatchamacallit, the
Yeah,
like what those things are called.
the Warforged.
Warforged, yeah.
Warforged, yeah.
Yeah.
If he just quote unquote happened to be around in these parts, maybe he would know.
I have a plan for that character. You just haven't gotten to the point where you'd meet him yet.
Oh, okay. It's just like if he happen to be going through the neighborhood.
Potatoes. So
Okay.
that could be a spot we can. Well, we could also see what they have on hand at the magic shop. Whether they have anything either of that, or they might have some invisibility potions or scrolls.
We should divide our efforts. Since you have to go to the magic shop anyway, see what you can get from there. I'll double check with the blacksmith since I'm waiting for gear to be done anyway. If they have any spare scale mail sets like the armor that the guards are wearing. And then it's just a matter of talking to one of our contacts here, where we can get some guard made to look like the guard armor. Like look the guard uniform that we can wear over it.
Well, while you're looking at the armor place, you can also check to see on the off tiny chance if they have any glamored studded leather.
That works too.
Did we have a time of long rest by chance from what we did before? Because I'm sitting at lower than 50% health right now.
Yeah, you should have had a long rest since then.
Okay. Yeah. Mine were still sitting at like 39 hit points right now compared to my normal 92. So I just wanted to verify.
Yeah, we had a long rest before,
Oh,
like after the purple worm fight.
it's been a while. So okay, cool.
It had been quite a while.
Been a while.
Been a while. Anyway.
Been a while.
Right.
Was
I following somebody?
On break. 1, 2, 3. Go team.
Go team,
Was
Victor.
I following anybody? Was I buddying up with someone, or was it just kind of out on my own?
Oh, that's up to you.
Yeah.
Electra,
Victor's
go
going
team!
Go team. What am I doing now?
Victor's going to the armor shop. I'm going to the magic shop.
I'll just follow Victor because
Electra and Lyric go off to do something else for their plan.
Cool.
Yeah, because they're working on the distraction.
Yep.
We're working on getting
Roger
inside.
that. I'll just follow Victor. His armor seems more impressive, more needed.
Yeah. So just so we're clear, the plan is Lyric and Electra are going to make the distraction. We get inside, get as much dirt as possible on the Baron's brother and what might have transpired. Because honestly, the Baron, he doesn't sound nefarious. He just sounds like some kind of bad. Doesn't matter how deep this goes.
Just want to know what level of bad they happen to be under.
Yeah.
Is he bully bad, or is he just straight up super villain bad?
He's just straight up nasty.
We're going to stabilize this whole area. Anyway.
Yeah, he didn't seem like the nicest person when you met him.
No. He's doing he's stereotypical. Oh, I have the only spot of like any kind of water in the area, and I'm going to milk this for as much money as possible. So
we're going to dismantle his entire regime.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. There won't be a power vacuum and some crazy drug lords or smugglers or people or crazy bounty hunters will take over the place.
Or a lich.
Or a lich.
Lich.
Assuming he's not already embedded in one way or the other. That's the big key. That's the big concern.
I'll just splash some holy water on him, see if he does anything.
Okay, so Zane, you said you were going to the magic shop. Victor was going to the armory. Where did you say you were going? Mountain Blood?
I was gonna follow Victor to the armory.
Yeah, I actually do need Mountain Blood with me because I need to make sure if we do plan disguise, I need to make sure we have his measurements. And it's at the very least clamored armor that matches both him and me.
Plus I've got, pretty sure I still got my where is it? Disguise kit, so in case I need to like touch him up a little, I can.
That will help.
Okay, so yeah, I guess I'll,
the arts.
for no particular reason, we'll do Victor and Mountain Blood's thing first.
Works for me.
As you arrive at the, what was it called again? The Wyvern's Hammer.
Yep.
Ugh.
As you see the two half-orcs that run the place kind of working away on some stuff again. One of them just happens to be your sword, Victor. Coming to take a look on how I'm getting this old girl forged out for you, huh? As you can see, she's kind of worn down parts of it where the hand grip were and is kind of making a guard and pommel for that part of it so you can hold it and wield it more easily.
Yes and no. Yes, for the fact of I just want to see where you were after the meeting, and two, wants some help with a little bit of a project we're working on.
Okay, cool, here. She hands you the thing. Give it a little swing. Give me a test swing, see if anything needs to be balanced better.
Victor will give it a few swings, a few practice swings, and some flourishes, some flashy stuff, just to kind of see how it handles.
Yeah, it seems pretty good right now. I mean, but you can tell it's a little off because it doesn't have all of the stuff for the hand grip part of it on there yet.
Yep. So the hill's not fully fitting correctly. It's a little off balance, but otherwise it's definitely shaping out. Victor will relay as much. Touch to but otherwise it's getting there.
He pulls out a couple of
stature.
pommels. I had these lying around. Anyone you think looks good? One that's shaped like a just a human skull. One's kind of like a dragon's head, kind of like its mouth open, about to breathe fire. And one's just kind of like a decorative one. It's clearly steel, but it's designed like a cut jewel.
Split between the cut jewel and the dragon's head. Dragon's head would be good. Is this for the hilt or the pommel?
Pommel.
Sick.
Dragon's head. Nice, so go with my tattoo.
That'd be dope.
Cool. So what other business brought you here then?
The hell?
We've got rumors of some criminals out there we're trying to catch just before we head back to the capital. Make some extra coin on the side.
Wait.
I need help with a little project. Do you have any scale mail that looks like on hand? That's for desert garb.
Unfortunately, we don't have any prepared scale mail at this time. Just finished our last batch that sent them off to the town guard, so we're cleaned out at the moment.
And you wouldn't have to have the glamored leather armor, studded leather armor, would you?
What kind of leather armor you say?
Glamored.
Glamored? Do I have any that's like that? Sadly, I don't have any glamored right now. That stuff's hard to come by. Not too many magically inclined folks out here, so not much magical armor gets made.
Well, that was worth a shot. And you're the only blacksmith in town that, well, the only armorsmith in town, I take it.
Yes, we are unfortunately the only ones.
Oh, here's that plan. Mount Blood, is there anything, you got any hot ideas? Anything you want?
Do you have anything decorative that you could just add to this great X? Minor, nothing major.
Hand it over.
I just hand it over.
Looks at it.
It's enchanted.
He goes through like this, pulls out this little drawer, sees a couple of things in here. Well, I got this because your one has a great axe does have a bigger pommel on the end of it for balance. He pulls out like a skull-shaped one. This would probably fit it.
Yeah, That'll match my skull mace I have.
Ooh.
5 gold.
Okay, cool. That seems more than fair.
10 minutes later, she's got it applied on there.
Ooh. I should add some intimidation to it. Haha. Cool.
Give it a couple test swings. Balance seems right. Seems a little bit better than it used to be.
Yep. Very nice. Thank you. Here's your 5 gold.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
And she did keep the old pommel.
Just in case.
Yeah, because she can use it on someone else's, so.
Fair enough.
It would have been 10 gold if you just would have bought the pommel. So.
I think that should work. It'll help, as long as it helps with balance and, battle. And I've just reminder got about less than 10 minutes, I would say. So probably after this interaction, I'll probably bounce.
All right, so probably the next spot Mitch trying to get hold of is rug. See if we can get his input on it.
Okay, so yeah, just out of sheer coincidence, because I'm feeling nice, as you're walking out of the blacksmith, you see him walking by, ending his shift for the day at the mines.
Ah, Rug, my good friend. You got a minute for a drink?
Victor, yes, good to see you. Yeah, I just got off work. We can meet for a drink again.
And if you want to switch from here, but Victor's whole thing is to chat up Rug and see if he can process houses some guard uniforms, or at least something close enough.
To do what
He
now?
will let Rug. I'm saying if you want to change over the Zane, now would be a good time because Victor's just going to, over a pint of ale, just talk with Rug about the Baron is up to something.
Okay, do you want to roleplay that with Skull while he's still here?
Oh yeah,
Just to get him maximize his time?
Yeah, I just want to Skull, would you be up for that?
Yeah, I got a few minutes.
Okay, so Victor take him over to the tavern. The tavern inn that's in town, whose name I'm forgetting.
What was the tavern? The Canary Song.
Yeah. Find a nice clear corner that's not going to be easily overheard. What time is it, by the way? Like
Midday.
Midday?
Perfect time.
Well, no, I'd say more, because he's getting done with work. I'd say it's
Yeah.
evening now.
More than perfect time for a pint or more.
Yeah, the bar is starting to fill up a little bit because some of the people are getting done with their shifts. So it's getting loud. You should be able to carry on a conversation with them of trying to, hide it with, it'd be muffled out for most people.
Okay. So, Rug, what do you feel is your opinion on the Baron? And you'd be saying this a little on the quiet side.
Paul, yeah, he's till the Empire took over, he wasn't, let's just say, the most well-receiving to people that weren't of human variety.
And how do you feel about his brother?
Oh, his brother was worse.
What?
I didn't shed a tear when he died, not too long ago.
Really?
Well, there might be more to that. I have a feeling that
His brother was more in charge of running the mines than the town, so.
well, we were under some information that his brother, that the Paul might have had something to do with the sudden lateness of his other brother. Don't know for good or ill, but it's something we're looking into just to be sure.
And, political intrigue and murder are not my strong suits. If rich people want to kill each other, let them.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I get it. You're not alone in that sentiment. But hey, I'm gonna ask for a favor.
Yeah, sure, I can do you a personal favor after helping out with the mistress and all that.
I'm gonna need a couple of uniforms for the house guard, or something that passes like it.
Well, I do have a few of the capes back at my house I could lend you.
That might work because it needs to fit both. One for me and one for Mountain Blood. We can
Luckily,
probably
he is a pretty big, half orc, so
yeah.
it does. You can probably have one that would fit him. It might be a little small, but it'd fit Mountain Blood.
Yeah.
That was a Goliath, not a half orc.
No,
But
Rug is a
just
half
say-
orc.
Oh, gotcha.
he's
Sorry,
and Rug's on the big side, so he might be able to maybe let out the lighting a little bit and be able to get something that would quickly help you.
And he does work in the mine, so he is pretty jacked.
So just might have to bend out some of the pieces in order to make it fit, but we might be able to make something work.
It's a robe. It's cloth. Might be a little small on you, but it'll work.
Might just rip it a little.
I don't use them. Rip them for all you want. I don't care.
Between that and Mountain Blood, your disguise set, we should be able to get some. With a little bit of sewing work, we can probably make it work.
Yeah, and got.
We just need to get
some
through the front
needles
door
and
about
stuff in
everybody
here. I
thinking
got some
about it.
thread.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're trying to sneak in at night, they're not perfectly accurate, but a small glimpse of someone seeing you walk in there with one of those robes, the cloaks on, people shouldn't bat an eye.
Yeah.
As long as you spruce them up a bit.
Yeah.
So I'm
So,
sure there's
what did my lady reward you with for getting that artifact to her?
Victor will show. What was it? An orb?
Yeah, basically it was an orb with like an eternal flame going inside of it.
Yeah, he'll pull that out and just show that the Rug.
Ah, yes, that is clearly glowing with her energy and not her father's anymore. Beautiful.
Yep. Best part about it, you can give you can tell my little and Victor will have will also produce the good boy.
I assume he's always been there.
Yeah. Almost most of the time he is, unless I specifically say not he isn't. He'll have Nar there say. And this little guy gets to get a power boost.
Hmm.
A little growth spurt. Considering all the action we tends to come our way.
So, what was in that artifact then? I've heard rumors about those things. Just kind of didn't get a chance to ask you when I talked to you last.
Oh, jeez, like
A blessing of our fathers. In this case, this blessing was what I think it was like a major relic that it would just allow me to throw a fireball about.
Well, I mean, that's not what I mean. What was like it actually like inside of it?
Oh, inside of it, like kind of like an inner temple of Invincidium. Although
Why
more
would I
puzzles, more of like a mobile shrine. He'll give like I'm not remembering too well, but Victor will give a more detailed description.
So basically, God's testing you to earn their power. And he seemed kind of depressed in that one, huh?
Depressed, aloof, this melancholy, yeah. A rather a tad.
lackluster.
So yeah, probably around the time maybe around the time his wife died, and that's what is printed as his facsimile inside of it.
Apparently, I think there's 3 others as well. Each probably bearing another stage of his grief. So That'll be something.
Yeah, maybe you don't want to find the one where he's super angry.
You know, we're gonna find it. That's either gonna be a mixture of fun or outright hell. Jury's out on which. I'm thinking hell.
Yeah, probably. The interesting one probably will be bargaining.
Yeah, that'd be a thing to see. What would a guard bargain with? Yeah, that bears thought.
Mm-hmm.
Until then, hmm.
And above game probably gonna bounce here pretty soon.
No problem. That's pretty much it. Like Victor just want to see if we can get uniforms, get makeshift uniforms.
So he slams back his drink. Let's get back to my place. I'll get you those cloaks. Should have 3 of them, one for each of you.
Thank you very much, Rook. It's much appreciated. And he'll slam back his glass and finish up.
He kind of stands up. He kind of pets Gnarl. Get going.
Lead the way, and that's pretty much. I've got nothing more to add to that scene.
So with that, we'll cut to Nildir going to the Unseen Eye. Have you been to this magic shop before?
Yeah, because I got a scroll of create water when we first arrived, and I added it to my spell book.
Yes. Okay.
And that I actually have the date. Hold on, it was no, I'd put when I got the gold, but I put that I used 100 gold on a scroll of create water.
As you walk in, it says, "Ah, yes, welcome back." As you see that the old half-orc that's clearly got a missing eye.
Mm. Has he replaced it with a magical prosthetic?
Nope.
Mm. Underutilized.
As you also
yes.
see a familiar tabaxi browsing the shop.
Is it Nicki Minaj?
No, it's Jinx.
Jinx! AKA Nicki Minaj.
What can I help you with today, son?
What? I'm looking for some scrolls or potions. What do you have currently on hand?
On hand. Well, which one were you looking for?
Uh, hmm. Well, we're dealing with some last minute work on our way out of the city. Do you have anything that provides invisibility?
Yes, I do believe I have an invisibility one here. Let me see. Again.
I'm looking for. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm looking for up to 3 spells in scroll form.
I don't have a greater invisibility scroll, but I do have a normal invisibility spell scroll.
All right, and how much would that be?
Say I'd have it for around 2,000 gold.
Hmm.
What is the average those out to? Let me check that again. Place for that.
I think because invisibility base is either a level 1 or 2 spell.
Level 2. I think I
believe
may have
2.
gotten that amount wrong here.
It is completely up to you, depending on the supply and demand. Usually, magic items of that uncommon rarity usually go between 100 and 500.
Wrong book. That's why. Yeah, you're right. I'd say that's more around 500 gold. Greater invisibility would be 2,000. Yeah, this one would be around 500.
Hmm. All right, if you can set one of those out here, there's only two other things that I had in mind. If you have either of which, do you happen to have any scrolls of glyph of warding and or scrolls to animate objects?
Glyph of Warding, no, I'm afraid I don't have that one stock at the moment, but I do happen to have an animate object one. That one's not going to be cheap. It's hard to come by. I'd say around 4,000 for that one right now.
Hmm. I'm going to look around the shop for just a moment, just give it a quick look over. Does this look like a kind of shop that normally brings in a good amount, that normally is able to sell these like larger 4,000 gold spell scrolls? Like how well off does it look or high end does it look?
Looks pretty decent. It's not like super high end like, the capital would be because it's, out in the middle of nowhere.
Hmm.
Jinx goes up to you. Huh. So what are you up to that you need those spells then, huh?
Oh, just dealing with a couple suspicious individuals, just cleaning out a little bit of junk.
Vicious
Well,
individuals, huh?
mm-hmm. Just bringing some bad blood to light,
Air duels that need exposure to the limelight.
more or less.
So how'd your guys' meeting with the Baron go?
Quite enlightening.
So
Hmm.
does he seem like as big of an ass to you as he was to us?
He was rather condescending, but he's hiding something.
Well, he's the leader of the town. People high up always seem to have some skeletons in their closet. Still haven't gotten our friend's body back. Hope we can get that soon.
Hmm.
Not from here. I do want to get his remains back to where he's from for his family.
Understandable. I'm going to turn back to the shopkeep. Two questions. Well, one question that may turn into a second question. Do you happen to also accept any objects as trade value?
Yes, I'm always willing to open for trades. Less gold to have to tally back and forth, the better sometimes. Don't have to tax it. It don't get
Hmm.
taxed for it then.
Well, I set out a couple items on the counter for consideration. I have a scroll of suggestion. I have a I have 9 of my old world magic coins. And the last item I have is a bag of 8 ancient gold dragon scales.
These are some old looking coins. Those gold dragon scales.
Ancient gold dragon scales.
I haven't seen these since the war a few years ago with that dragon from the city coming flying by. Never attacked the town, thankfully, but would have been bad if he did.
I'm just more or less looking to get these appraised to see if any of these or any of which could be potentially have value towards trade, so I can decide if I wish to apply them to the cost.
Well, I'm not one as a coin collector, so I couldn't give you a value on those coins. But I'd
Fair
gladly
enough.
take a few of these scales off your hand for some trade for what you need. And you want us to do a trade for a trade with some of those scales for that visibility scroll, I'll do that.
What could you give me for the scroll of suggestion?
Like I said, I'd do a trade for trade on the invisibility for that one if
Oh,
we do some of the.
invisibility for the suggestion. Uh-huh. Um, mm, well, how about let's just let me just throw out a starting point and let me know how you feel about said arrangement. I can give you we can do a trade, the scroll of suggestion for the scroll of invisibility. And as for the scroll of animating objects, I can supply how many dragon scales would you be interested in?
How many did you say you had left?
I have 8.
8?
They are quite large.
Yes, I can imagine 3 of those can get me by for a long time. I don't want to. I don't think more than that would be able to work out financial wise with my shop here. But if you want to do the 3 scales and for the for the scroll of animate that was what I said, animate object, right?
Hmm.
And then the trade for the visibility for suggestion, I'll call that as a fair deal for 100 gold.
100 gold, the
Just so I
3
have some
scales,
record to
and the
put in my book
scroll.
of the transaction.
Understandable. So there's some money transitioning between. I can do that. I will trade you. I will, if you can fill out the ledger, I will give you the 3 scales and the scroll of suggestion along with the 100 gold pieces for the scroll of animate objects and the scroll of invisibility.
We have a deal as he comes out to shake your hand.
He will shake his hand. Just
As
gonna
you're
put
saying
this
that,
in my
Jinx
notes.
goes, Mister, can I see one of those coins you have there? Just out of curiosity. On my honor, I will give it back to you.
Very well. I'll let him see one of the old coins. Let me write this out of my ledger. Minus 100 GP minus 3 gold scales.
That's a good roll for that. Check what his actual.
Is this Jinx asking about this?
Yes, he's asking to see your coin. Because the
Minus.
shopkeeper didn't know much about it, but Jinx might. Good roll for a skill he's not trained in, but wow. Coins dates back to the founding of the Empire. Great condition. Where did you find this? So many of them.
I have 9 of them. They were from the first year that the Empire started minting coins, and I have my sources.
Hmm.
They are hard to come by, and I just have these to my name right now.
Something seems. I mean, I can tell it's real, but something seems off about it. I can't put my paws on.
They are
Huh.
quite unique.
Oh, if you may ask, who is your source on these, so I may inquire about maybe getting some of my own.
I apologize, but that's a little trade secret. As he holds out his hand for the coin.
He hands it back to you.
Thank you. And I do wish you the best with your friend, with your companion. But as ever, there's plenty of work to be done.
But he kind of leans into you. Come on, man. Tell me a little bit about this. We're friends, right? You can give me the scoop on that. Um, yeah. What would be the counter to that? He's trying to roll a persuasion to him.
Will the counter persuasion be insight or
Sure, why not?
would I be making a save of some kind? Really up to you. I don't however you want to work it.
Basically, he's trying to persuade you into telling him whatever you think you can do to try to not tell him the truth.
I can try to deceive him.
Sure.
3, 2, 1, bacon.
Yeah, with his nat 20, come on, man. I know you're lying. You can tell me.
All right, all right. You can say I got them from someone who's been around for a long time.
And that would be
A great mage of old who was around in the time of or at least someone who was around during the beginning of the Empire.
okay. The only one that could be is Silel. Everyone else that's been around since then is long dead. Even elves don't live that long.
Oh, you'd be surprised by what can transpire with magic. With that, he'll give a little wink, turn around, and head out. Until next time.
Well, if I'm ever in the capital and I find you, can you at least point me in the right direction to find him myself?
Sure. If I run into you in the capital, I will gladly tell you more about these coins. Until then, farewell, Jinx.
Yes, you have a nice day as well. You can tell he's kind of upset about not getting that information out of you.
Yeah, he tried. And I gave him little nuggets without giving anything away too informative. I'll just make my way back to where Victor is.
Okay, because I got a good place I want to end this one here for the day. So
Sure.
we'll just say, well, if anything comes up with Skull that we have to roll, I'll roll it. But he's in. You see him and Victor are kind of waiting by the bar, both dressed in sort of cloaks that look like the stars and stuff.
Yeah, our uniforms.
Yep. We'll say you got them on when you were waiting for Nildir to come meet back up with you.
Yeah.
Ah, looking snazzy.
Well, could be better, but they will pass that distance.
And we'll say for stealth purposes, Skull said he's going. Mountain Blood said he's going to try to keep quiet to not draw as much attention to himself.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'd say the sun is set, so it's dark out. The lamps are all lit up. Few people are still wandering around because it's starting to get, it's the desert. It gets surprisingly cold at night. Mountain Blood feels at home again.
Excellent, excellent.
Give me a perception check.
From whom?
All of you.
$13.
Roll that beautiful beam footage. 19.
Why can't I find the character sheet when I need it? Where's her character sheet? Okay, that's why it's in another sub thing. Okay, so yep, no one sees Electra sneak up behind you like she always does. She got a 27 on her, or 25 on her stealth. With a 6.
Yeah, I only had a total of 19. I didn't have that high.
Yeah, her
Yeah.
stealth is a 19. She can physically not roll under a 20. Just as she kind of like sneaks up and wraps her arms around you. You guys ready to sneak up, get this done then?
Yep. And then Victor will look over and speaking, thinking it was Neil there, and goes, "Huh. Seriously, you guys. I could ask you to stop doing that, but I doubt that's gonna work." Of
Of course, I'm not going to listen to that.
course not. You're gonna give me a heart attack one of these days.
So, Lyric's set up to ready to do her little performance to keep everyone distracted. So, you'll know when it happens. So once we get going with that, we should hopefully be able to. I snuck in at this one place that seems to be a little crink in the fence where you should be able to sneak through. As she points out, it's kind of like right there.
Okay.
When the distraction's going, it should be able to make it right up to the door. And with your little capies here, no one should be none the wiser, even if people spot you.
Good to know.
And I picked up something that'll be a little useful so I can go by a little unseen.
Yes, so, you guys ready to get going?
On the way
Ready as
over,
well,
on the
Dave.
way over to the manor, or would I be able to find time to jot that into my book, the invisibility?
That takes a while. I forget how long it is to do it, but it's not something you can do within a short period of time.
Were we going now, or is it a few hours between when we finished up in the shops and to the
You're going
manor?
now.
All right. I will hold on to that for later.
So, you ready to get going then? We're ready on our end as soon as you give the signal for us to start.
Well, I'm ready if you're ready.
Well,
Fountain
that's
Blood
all the
nods.
button.
Let's do this.
I did say we're ready, so it's like, I don't know what more you want out of me.
Okay, so yeah. You guys walk down to the fountain there. You still see a few people gathering their water for the water rations for the day. But you kind of go by and you go to the spot that Electra said was the place for to meet, and give me an investigation check, everyone.
Yes, all two of us.
And I'll roll for Mountain Blood here.
You said we need an investigation.
Yes.
21.
3, 2, 1, boom. 16.
Yeah, you both notice what Electra was kind of pointing out. There's a spot where, like, there is a loose rock in the kind of like stone thing here. You can kind of push away, kind of sneak beyond the fence, the gate, whatever the wall that's set up around the manor.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But as you're seeing that, you start hear like a kind of like loud explosion, kind of like sound, and a bunch of lights start appearing around the fountain. As you hear lyrics start bursting into a song. Like, is everyone ready to sing along? Let's do this! Like she's putting on like a grand performance.
There's a signal.
Yep.
Everyone give me a stealth check here. Like I said, roll Mountain Bloods.
Question, is it a base or advantage with our distraction?
I'll say you guys have advantage for this because you got the distraction. That'll just be straight for you, Victor.
Yep.
Good thing you
so-
had the straight, so you with the 22 instead of the 5.
Yeah.
That's why I asked. You got heavy armor.
So not 20,
got-
by the way.
15.
Somehow the person in heavy armor is the quietest right now. Because Skull got 11. But that was an average out, so. As you're walking through up to the manor door, Surveyor Victor, you trip over something. As you see what you tripped over, it is a dead guard.
And it begins. Victor will investigate that guard to see what killed him.
It looks like somebody. Oh yeah, give me the investigation check. I should say
Investigation or medicine?
whichever you'd prefer would be better. Whichever you'd prefer, I should say.
I'm gonna do investigation. That would be better. 19.
Yeah, it looks like someone basically beat this guy to death.
That is well. But it's not. Hmm. We better move in quick and figure out and see what's going on.
Well,
I have a feeling it might be our friend from the desert.
mm,
Usually if someone's gonna beat someone to death, there's a lot of anger, emotional context behind it.
is there any way to tell, or does it feel like the wards are still up?
Give me an Arcana check.
I'll give you that daggum arcana right here. We'll see if them anti-undead things be still up. And let's see, Bluesky, 26.
Oh, they are deactivated.
Shit. But also good. Good, but shit. Hey, Victor, do you mind if I
Go
kind
on.
of gestures at the body? Do you mind if I
Speak of dead, or whatever.
you mind if I borrow that guard?
No, I do not mind whatsoever.
With the
I was
wards,
saying,
yeah, just saying if the wards are down, I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna need all the help we can get getting through this place. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop one of these babies and raise it from the dead.
Okay, with that, you now have a zombie following you.
I'm gonna name you George. Come on, George.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, Ori.
I did not get any of that.
I'm going to love him and squeeze him and call him George.
I'm gonna love him and squeeze him and call him George.
I love
Yes.
George already. Well,
We
let's
love
get
George. Let's get inside.
So, yeah, you go up to the front door and open it. No resistance. As you step inside this place, something about it just seems off. You can't quite put your
Wrong.
finger on it. It's wrong. And with that, that is where we're going to end the session for the day.